I'm Catherine Nolin. I'm a professor of geography and chair of the Department of Geography, Earth and Environmental Sciences at the University of Northern British Columbia in Prince George, BC. We're on the traditional unceded territory of the Lheidli-T'enneh. I'm really interested in the connection between people and place as a geographer, and I'm most interested in when that connection is disrupted through violence. And so some work focuses on the issue of political violence in Guatemala and the internal armed conflict and those who've survived that and are seeking justice and accountability for those war crimes. And then also the working with communities that are confronted by Canadian mining companies operating on their territories. This work is done in collaboration and coordination with all sorts of people. And it's this constellation of people who has worked together that really led to the development of this book, which is an edited collection where we have about 30 contributors who are the members affected, community members themselves who are affected, Indigenous rights leaders, journalists, lawyers, and so on, who are all pushing for this kind of change, for accountability for crimes and violations that take place in Guatemala, but are really Canadian problems. And they're really directing us back to Canada. And that's why we've tried to make the case that we need to figure out a way to legally hold our companies accountable for these crimes and violations. We've been received so warmly by communities who've suffered outrageous crimes, and they're embracing us as fellow human beings, that we're not coming in as Canadians or academics or anything like that, that we're in this in a way together to bring our different perspectives and our different positions to be able to work for positive change in the world. And I see my position as a university professor with academic freedom that has responsibilities and rights, but responsibilities to do this kind of work, to speak out on behalf of those who are asking us to amplify their voices in these matters. I think the best part of what I get to do at university is work in that kind of environment of experiential learning. So since 2004, I've organized with Graham Russell of Rights Action field schools to Guatemala, where people, students are not only reading about these issues or listening to them, through documentary films and so on, which is really important, but actually get in the communities. And as my academic supervisor, George Lovell, he always said, we learn geography through the soles of our feet. We have to get out and walk with people to have kind of open eyes, open heart, open minds to seeing new ways of being. And so I think that's incredibly impactful for university students. It certainly was for me. I often think of this Mary Oliver poem, and at the end she says, what will you do with this one wild and beautiful life? And this is what I want to do with this one life.